My wife and I are on our way home from a long awaited holiday. We wanted to get home before night fell, but unfortunately things happened. You know what I mean. As we were travelling along a dark road, "What's that?" Julie asked. I squint my eyes to see something on the side of the road. "It looks like a girl," I finally answer. "Honey, she's hitchhiking. Maybe she needs some help. Pull over." As I pull the car over to the side of the road, I look at the stranger in the rearview mirror. She looks around 18 years old. She's wearing a fancy blue dress. In one hand, she's holding her high heel shoes. Her handbag's hanging on her shoulder. But the weirdest thing is, over her dress, she's wearing a men's suit jacket. As she gets to the car, she looks through Julie's window. "Where are you heading?" I ask the stranger. "Maruka." "Jump in. We're heading only a couple of suburbs away from there." She opened the back door and climbed inside. I put the car in drive and we'll run away. Julie looks back at the girl. "Hi, I'm Julie. This is Peter." "Felicity, thank you for stopping. What were you doing walking down a dark road at night by yourself? That can be very dangerous for a young lady like yourself," I asked. Then the stranger began her story. "Me, my boyfriend Jack, and a few of our friends were on our way home from a formal. We were still drinking, singing, laughing, just having a good time." Felicity pauses as she remembers. "Well, I thought they were my friends. All I can remember is being in the car having fun. Then the next thing I remember is walking down the road. Just before you picked me up." "You don't remember how you got from the car to walking?" Julie asked. "No, I think maybe one of my drinks had been spiked or something." I look back at Felicity, who is now staring out the side window. "Do you want us to take you to the police station?" In a quiet voice, she answers, "No, I just want to go home." Julie and I look at each other. We both could tell she just had a bad night and she was over talking. The rest of the drive was quiet. None of us said anything. When we arrived at the house, I stopped the car, put it in park, and turned around to talk to Felicity. "What the hell?" I said in confusion. She's gone." Julie quickly turns around to look. "Could she have gotten out at a traffic light or something?" "Possibly. I didn't hear the door shut. But still, I think we should knock on the door and tell whoever answers that we just drove her here." We both get out of the car and walk to the house. I knock on the door. A man around his mid-50s answers. "Yes?" I begin. "My name is Peter and this is Julie. I believe we may have had Felicity in our car. She was hitchhiking, so we picked her up. We were driving her here, but when we got here, we realized she was gone. Do you know Felicity?" I could see the man instantly got angry. "Is this some sort of fucking sick joke?" Julie answers, trying to calm him down. "No, sir, it's not a joke." Just then, a lady around the same age as the man comes to the door with tears in her eyes. "Are you being serious?" "Yes, ma'am. Is there something wrong?" "What did she look like?" the lady asked. Julie starts to describe Felicity. "She had long blonde hair, very pretty. She was about 5.5 foot tall. She was wearing a beautiful long blue dress. She said she was on her way home from a formal." "Where did you find her?" "Along Mount Cotton Road," Julie answers. The lady lets out a noise when she starts to cry even more. The man embraces her. She settles down a bit and then she begins. 16 years ago, our daughter was on her way home from school formal. She rang me just before they left and said she'll be home in about an hour. She told me she was wearing a boyfriend's jacket to stay warm. After an hour and a half, we were starting to get worried. All night we paced around the house not knowing what to do. Eventually we rang the police. They just told me she was a teenager on the night of her formal. She just probably decided to go somewhere to extend their celebration. I knew there was something wrong. At about 10 a.m. the next morning, we heard a knock on the door. I raced over, hoping to see Felicity, but all I saw before me were 2 police officers. They were here to give us some bad news." The lady took a deep breath, then continued. The officer told me there was a car accident involving some drunken teenagers on Mount Cotton Road. One of them was Felicity, and the lady took another deep breath. She was killed on impact.